Hey everyone! So I am on early and I'm also trying to hop on live on the Instagrams at the same time early, which is going to be a challenge. I've never done all three of these at once. Okay, so hi Instagram, hi Facebook, hi YouTube, hi family. This is so exciting for me to be on with all of you guys at the same time. Now, if you're watching from YouTube or you're watching from Facebook, please make sure that you leave a comment and say hello so I can see that you're on and I can say hi to you, because unlike when you're streaming directly on the platforms, I don't get notified if you guys are just watching on this app that I'm using to stream. Hi, Angela. Good morning. So say hello so I can say hi to you. And if you're watching the replay, say hello so I can say hi to you. Just have some coffee while I wait. Okay, so I got my box yesterday for my reset and I wanted to open it with you guys. The only thing that is not in my box, because I already had the book, is the book. But when you guys receive your box for the first time, it's going to have everything I'm going to show you and the book, because that's the first time you're getting the kit. Okay, so hello, good morning. If this is your first time on my live, my name is Shakti and I'm an online wellness coach, online fitness coach. I help people with their fitness and wellness. That is my lifeblood and my work, and I do that because it radically changed my life. It started 2 years and years ago, before it was an actual business and before I actually helped people with it. And then when I discovered that I could do that and actually put things into people's hands that was tangible and help them, I was like, game. So that's what I do now. Now, I'm also a metaphysical teacher and I'm really into energy. So what I'm going to explain next is really important as a preface to this whole conversation when it comes to why detoxing right now especially is so timely. We're in the middle of the solstice. We're embarking on our solstice journey. It's officially like today evening-ish, tomorrow morning. Eclipse, new moon. The energy right now is insane. You've probably already felt it because you exist on Earth and you've walked outside or you've been on the internet, okay? So you know by now what's going on, okay? Before I get any deeper, I want to make a disclaimer. Because of what's been going on, if you follow me on the YouTubes, one of my videos, number 28 of Fireside Chat, was taken down by YouTube, and they still have yet to tell me why. So as a result, I had been already working in the background of creating a podcast that I could control. Developing your psychic gift has its benefits because I saw this coming down the pipeline. So I will, moving forward, those things will be on a podcast, a video podcast that you will have access to, and I'm just going to link them in the description to all of my other videos. So this channel, we will talk about health, we will talk about nutrition, we will talk about fitness, motivation, mindset, and all the other stuff, this stuff and the extra stuff, current events, alternative narratives, is going to be on the podcast. And so you'll have access to the podcast, but it just won't be through this channel, because they want to silence everybody who's talking about the truth. So, hey, Kari. Yeah, so the kit's amazing. I'm about to show it to you, break it down for you, but I wanted to give that little introduction. The energy right now is very intense, and I made a post on social media it's really, really important that you guys understand the link between nutrition and mindset, and nutrition and emotion. There's a whole branch of psychology right now that's really focusing on the bridge between how we eat and how we think. And the first time I did this reset was really the first time I understood how intimately connected those two things were, because in the 21 days that I was doing this, I got to really look at my thoughts very, very intimately and be with my feelings in a way that I had never been. Now, I'm going to show you some results in here. I cannot find those photos. This was 3 years ago for the life of me. But, so I lost 10 pounds the first time I did this in 21 days. My best friend lost 12 pounds and she looks amazing. But more than that, she felt incredible. Her skin was glowing. All of us, like, our skin was glowing. Our brain was like tingly. It was like we came out of some rejuvenation pond at the end of doing this reset. So if you're looking for something to help you with your emotional gauging right now, and also just to like calm your body down, because we are in intense mental fatigue. We are just overwhelmed with stimulus right now. Something to help you focus. This is going to help a ton, and you're going to get a 3-week private group where you're going to be supported every single day. We have daily check-in posts already scheduled, ready to go. I'm including some journaling activities in there. I just got this inspiration last night to include journaling posts in there. So we're going to be doing reflection as well as detoxing. And so you'll have a crew of people to do this with you that you can check into that will be your safe space. All of our warriors inside of the Warrior Wellness Studio are welcome to join us as well. So you'll get to meet some of them. You will have access to our Facebook group as well. If you're on Facebook, you'll be able to join us on our Facebook group. But this group is going to be held somewhere else. It's not going to be on a social media channel. Okay. So that the support part is going to be crucial, because I know a lot of times we slip up on our commitments because we don't have people around to support us. And so the group is the part of the work that to me matters the most because of knowing what I know. I know, Kari, you did sign up for Patreon, and I was like, she already knows. She already knows. Okay. So I'm going to go through, here's the box that's right next to me. I'm just going to pull up the box real quick. Okay, so that's what it looks like on the inside. We're going to go through all the things, and here's the book, okay? So I marked a few pages in the book to go with you guys. Here's the table of contents. What you're going to have in there is what's in the box, what to expect from the reset. They talk about exercise, sleep, breathing, water, conscious eating, emotions, relationships, different program options, how to enhance your reset, the phases 1, 2, and 3, and all the things I'm going to show you next. Here's a wellness log at the beginning of your book. Obviously, I wrote in it when I started. So when you get your book on page 32, it's going to be This Is Me Now, and it's going to have day 1 and day 21 with a series of questions. Okay, questions like, are you able to have a complete and satisfying elimination? Are your bowels often constipated? If so, for how long? Do you have a history of digestive issues? How would you describe your overall health, right? So your day 1, you're going to write all of this down. And then day 21, you're going to revisit that page and write it all down. Okay. So this is going to help you have a tangible place to reflect when you're done with your work in the 21 days. Okay. Then I want to show you what a typical day in this book looks like. Okay. So it's 3 phases, 3 weeks. Your first one is called Reclaim. This is the schedule for your supplement combination, which is in the box. I'm going to go through them. This is the schedule for combo 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the timings in which to do what. Okay, so you have a schedule with you. And then every single day looks like this. This is day 3. Here's day 4. Okay? Every single day you have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and exactly what to eat. Okay? Through this, the first couple days, you're still eating things like eggs if you want. They give you vegan options down here, but you will end up eating completely plant-based by the end of the 21 days, okay? So you have everything you need to eat for every single day. Every single day looks exactly the same. There's no guesswork. It's like you know what you're going to be eating. And how to make that extremely easy is because in the back of the book, you have all of the recipes, right? So let's say you see something for day 1 or day 2 and you're like, I don't know how to make that. You don't need to know how to make that because all of the recipes are in the back of the book. Literally, every single recipe is there for you. So you don't have to know how to make anything. They're very easy to follow. I didn't know how to make half of this stuff when I first did this reset. And I've actually kept some of these recipes in rotation because they're so good. Here's something called Reset in a Crunch. So this gives you swap options. So let's say you don't like some of the meals that are in there. They say, okay, well, you could do this one or this one, or this one or this one. And it'll tell you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner what your swap options are for each phase of the program. Okay. And then here are some results. Day 1 to day 21. You can see some of the result pictures in the book as well. Then they have a how do you eat post reset, which is really important. So after the 21 days, here's what you could do after week 1, week 2, and week 3 and 4. So they help you gradually transition out of your detox so it's not so abrupt. And then my other favorite thing is all the shopping lists. So on top of all the recipes, you get shopping lists. You get to go to the grocery store. This even has like a tear out. You can even cut this out and take it with you. Take this to the grocery store and shop straight from your list. So it's not a guessing game. You're shopping from your list. You're deciding which recipes you're going to be eating. You're shopping from the list. And every day you have everything you need for the week in your house. You just wake up, open the book. I'd put up my book on my counter and I'd be like, okay, this is what we're making today. So simple. I affectionately refer to this as detoxing for dummies simply because I was one of those people that was always really intimidated by detoxing, even though the idea was really, like, it really appealed to me. And then when I found this, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have to think. I can just do the whole thing. And every day they're telling me what to do. I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, I got it to show you guys. Okay. That's the Program and Nutrition Guidebook. All right, so this is a little baggie. I haven't even opened it. It's a travel bag for supplements. So if you are going to work, you're not working from home, or you're traveling, you're doing something, you can actually take your little supplements in this bag. Now, the supplements are tiny, okay? So you have some things that are a little bit bigger, like the pouches that would fit in here, but then you also have tiny little capsules. So inside of this baggie, I don't know if you can see this real clear, they have these, trying to see your comment, Kari. They have these tiny little Velcro pockets where you can put the actual capsules and they won't get lost, okay? So those are built into this little pouch so that your tinier supplements do not just end up like rolling around or spilling or whatever. So this comes in your kit. Then we're gonna talk about the sups, okay? So here we have Optimize, Revitalize, Soothe, and Mineralize, and this is for your water. Okay, so sodium and chloride, this is for your water. So I want to bring up the pages for each one of these because the images are really beautiful, and then we can go through what is in them for you. Okay, so I want to make sure I give you all the correct information. I don't forget anything. It's been a while since I've done these as well, so I want to make sure I'm getting them all right. So your first phase, make sure I see the schedule correctly because there's 3 different schedules obviously for each week. So your first phase, I'm pretty sure it's Optimize. I remember that. Yep. So your first phase you will be doing, I'm going to grab the correct ones so that you can see them in my hands. And Soothe. Where is Soothe? Is here. Okay. So your first phase you will be doing Power Greens, which I drink Power Greens on a regular basis. If you've ever seen me mix like some powdery green stuff in my smoothie, it's literally dehydrated greens. So it's chlorella powder, spinach powder, cucumber powder, celery stalk powder, kale, and matcha. And so you mix this in water and you drink it back. And so it does not taste great because it's not sweetened. It's literally dehydrated greens. When you drink this though, it is like a burst of energy. This honestly woke me up. It was like, I can't even really describe it. It was the biggest bolt of energy I've ever felt drinking this. And obviously we know like greens are super important. When you ingest greens, your body feels alive. Well, I learned that drinking Power Greens. So your first phase, you're going to be doing this. You're going to be doing Mineralize, which is for your water, to make sure that your water is mineralized because you are drinking distilled water. Another part of this is that you're drinking a gallon of distilled water a day, and you're putting a certain amount of this inside of the distilled jug of water. And then you are drinking Optimize. So this is to increase absorption and bioavailability. Okay, so the point of Optimize is that you get to seed yourself to make your food, everything that you're going to ingest next, more usable in the body. I was going to say user-friendly. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. More usable in the body, okay? So you have things like protease, papain, bromelain, amylase, lipase, camu-camu. So you have sups that support absorption and bioavailability. That's phase 1. And then in the evening, you're drinking Soothe, which this is actually my best friend's favorite supplement of the whole mix because it's a combination of turmeric and aloe. And if you suffer from inflammation, okay, in the body, right here, this is going to change your life. So the quality of the turmeric that they have in this supplement is really hard to beat. We've had other turmeric supplements and they just don't do the same thing. I don't know what it is about them. I mean, I know they choose amazing ingredients, but this turmeric sup is bananas good. So that's what you're doing. phase 1, and along with your meals that are in here. And of course, you'll also get my superfood sub for your month. So you get to enjoy a smoothie that's delicious and tastes like brownies at least once a day, because you can have any of the vegan flavors. So I'm just counting that as like a true miracle, because when you're eating super clean, I love to eat super clean, but when you have a sweet tooth, it gets hard. So the fact that you get to have something that tastes like liquid brownie, I'm not complaining. I'm gonna say yes to that. All right, so that's phase 1. And then phase 2, you're doing power greens again, mineralize again, soothe in the evenings for sure the whole time. Optimize, you will continue to take, but now you're adding in detox. So here's a detox powder. Now you're adding in detox. So week 2, you're now doing a very, very gentle colon cleanse. Okay, I say very, very gentle. I didn't feel like this made me run to the bathroom. I did feel like I usually now, like since I've been using my supplements generally, I go to the bathroom really well, but this just made it that much easier. So you'll be using this for the second phase of the program, and that's to actually clean out your body. And by this point, you will have been eating differently. So cleaning out the body will be a lot easier because you've been transitioning your foods into primarily plant-based, well, entirely plant-based at this point. And then week 3, you are doing not detox. Week 3, you're now doing the same optimize. You're still doing optimize. You're still doing soothe in the evening. You're still doing power greens, and then you're doing revitalize. So revitalize is pre and probiotics, and they are basically reseeding your gut so that when you leave the detox, you have a healthy gut environment to be able to go digest other foods. Okay, so this is the probiotic prebiotic cocktail that closes the 3 weeks so that you are healthy in gut, which, by the way, your gut health affects like 90% of your mental health. So a lot of people don't know that happy chemicals are produced in the gut. They really have no idea that you have a whole nervous system in your gut, first of all, the enteric system. And it's very important. And the reason there's this link between like leaky gut and depression, or leaky gut and anxiety, is because it does affect it directly. Okay, so this is yet another reason why I think detoxing right now is so incredible. Now, saving the best for last. This is like a really cute touch of this program. When I first saw it, it was really meaningful to me. I'm one of those people that liked like tokens, little things that just help me stay focused. And they included this commitment bracelet in the kit. And I'm gonna take it out for you guys to see. And so basically for the 3 weeks when you are wearing this, okay, it is a reminder of your commitment to yourself and to your health. Oops. Sorry, that was probably crunchy loud. So it's just a beautiful hand-woven bracelet, actually. And I'm really glad that I got another one because I couldn't find my original one. And so you can tie this or cut this however you want for it to fit, but you get to wear it for the whole 3 weeks as just a memento, basically, of what you're doing and why you're doing it and your commitment to self. And so every time that you're struggling or you find yourself in a place where you're like, why did I decide to do this? You can just look at what you have on you and remember your why. One of the things I'm really going to bring up, like before we even start in the group, is asking the members of the group to journal about why they're doing this, why it's so important for them to be in this group doing this. And this is something I talk about on our team as well, in our organization. Like, if you don't remember why you're here or why you really want to take care of yourself, it makes it a lot harder to take care of yourself and to show up and do the things that you know are good for you, that you need to be doing. So I love that they have something physical that you can look at and have that reminder, but you will also have the group, and that's our job. Our job is to help you remember why you are there and why you decided to take this on in the first place. I'm really excited about the journaling component. I feel like that is going to make a big difference. The first time that we did this, we didn't have a group for it. We just did it ourselves, and we were like, man, this would have been such an amazing, amazing group just because of the amount of just insight that we gathered from doing it. So this is what your kit will look like. You're going to get your book inside of your box. Your box will look like this. And your box might be a little bit bigger depending, because again, they didn't have to fit this book in there, so your box might not look exactly like that, but it will include everything that I just showed you. And that is what is in the box. Do you guys have any questions? 100% can vouch for that. Love it, Kari. Love, love, love. Any questions at all for me about my experience? Feel free to ask me too, like, what was my experience like, or what did I struggle with? I think that's typically a lot of people get nervous about that. One question I did get was like, can you do this and like be out of your house? And absolutely you can. And the reason you can is because you don't have to think on the fly. The fact that they provide all of your meals every day and they tell you, like, you can look ahead. You can look ahead and see what's day 5, what's day 10. So when you're preparing for work, you can actually make sure, okay, I want to make sure I have this set aside and this set aside because I know, given my schedule, this is what I'm going to be eating on said date. So this prevents you from like self-sabotaging because you're not prepared for your day because you already know what's going to be down the list. And I think that's really important. All right. So couple other announcements aside from the fact that there's going to be a podcast with Fireside Friday chats as well. This group starts July 6th. Okay. What is my biggest struggle with the program? So one of the things you're also doing is decaffeinating, which if you know me, I love coffee. So you have the option of drinking no coffee at all, or you can drink decaf. Obviously, like the creamer, whatever you would put in there, it would be very minimal and it would be vegan. You would not be drinking dairy. I mean, I'm probably going to have decaf coffee. I'm not going to lie. But I'm currently weaning myself off the caffeine by doing half caffs into the decaf. But that was my biggest struggle originally because it had been a long time since I had gone without coffee. I was a new mom too. My son was maybe 1. So I was like heavily relying on caffeine to like live. And so the first few days, it sort of felt like I had the flu, like my head hurt and I was like really tired. That's completely normal. First couple days, you're hardcore detoxing because you're taking a lot of things out of your system that are used to being there. But then after I would say after day 3, I was like electric. Like I felt super alive. So that was my experience. Thank you for asking, Kari. What was your question? My greatest takeaway, not that that's been asked, but my greatest takeaway was the link between food and mental health. After that day, I never ate the same. I can be 100% honest about that. After that day, after the last day of that reset, that was a pivotal change in my brain with food. Like, I didn't eat that clean forever or anything like that, but something shifted inside of me where I just saw food differently. I saw food differently. I behaved differently. I got programmed in some significant way to operate differently. So Kari, yes. So that is the challenge about it. So what I would do is I would go from half calf. So I would slowly start making more half calves instead of caffeine. And get, if you need to drink it every day, just have a decaf, a nice Swiss water, organic decaf that's not chemically processed. And so that way you're still getting like the experience, but you're not actually getting the caffeine. That would be my recommendation. And it starts July 6th. I've been promoting it now for a little while because it takes about a week for you to get your kit. And I want everybody to have their materials before we start. We are super jammed with orders, so I don't know exactly how long it's going to take to arrive. And so I'm trying to be cautious. I'm trying to err on the side of caution here when it comes to this kind of stuff. But it's right after the holidays, so you can still enjoy your July 4th and, do whatever you're going to do. And then we end the last week of July. So it's just right towards that tail end of July. And you'll be done by the end of July. So it's really fast. It goes by really fast. Yeah. All right. So search July 6th. I put a link in the title of this to the actual group. So what that link is going to take you is to a different page where you're going to see an introduction video that my best friend and I, who run this group together, are posted. And it's going to give a breakdown of the book as well, similar to what I talked about here. And then there's going to be a description below, and it's going to detail out written all the details of the group. And then right there's going to be a button that says request to join group. So when you request to join group, I will be notified of your request. And then I will send you your cart so that you can get your kit. and then you're ready to rock and roll. And you'll be in the group as soon as you get your kit. You only email me back and say, yes, I got my kit, or text me, and then you'll be in the group, and you'll start seeing the posts right away. It'll, once you get into the group, it's going to ask you about your goals. It's going to ask you about your current stats and what your goal is by the end of the program. And and then that'll be that. I am doing, for my patrons, I will be doing a early release of my new moon, solstice, eclipse video. So that's going to go on Patreon first, and then it'll be public later. And then for all of my top 2-tier patrons, you guys are going to get a very special behind the scenes channeling and intuitive session. So you should be really excited about that, because this is going to be some fire energy, and there's a lot of you in those 2 tiers. So I'm like really, really excited for you guys to be on live. But all of that will be announced on Patreon. So if you're curious about that, then hop over to that and you can learn about that. But yes, so any questions at all about this, drop me your favorite emoji. If you're watching the replay, drop me your emoji. If you want me to directly send you the group link, I'm happy to do that. And I will catch you guys in a bit. I'm seeing some messages roll in, so that's why I'm distracted. But I will catch you guys. I'm going to answer your messages and get to work, and I will be in touch soon. All right, my friends. Have an awesome Saturday. Bye.